back to MrMFretwell Plays Minecraft, and in today's episode I have plans to work on a new project, and the project for today is to work on the automatic brewing system. So I've kind of carved out an area here which is where I think I want it to go. Initially I was going to put it over by the auto smelter and the bulk storage, but two main reasons kind of put me off building it there. First and foremost was the fact that it doesn't really fit in with everything here, and also there's not a whole lot of room before you encroach in the darkroom area. So I decided to build it in its own area, completely separate from everything else over here. And I've gathered up most of the supplies we're going to need for the brewing system, and we're pretty much ready to go. I've carved out a basic area, and the idea is that we're going to have two parts to this brewing system. We're going to have a sort of awkward potion brewer right here, where lots of awkward potions will get made, and then we're going to actually have our potion brewer downstairs in a second floor that goes off that way, which enables us to choose what potion we want, and then we can get them. Now, I don't do a whole lot of brewing, so I'm not going to make a super duper fully automatic solution that gives me lots and lots of potions. I just want a way of having a bulk supply of awkward potions, and then if I want a certain type of potion, I can just pick the ingredients that I want, and then it will just go ahead and do it for me. So the easiest way for me to do this is actually to build it off camera, as it's kind of difficult. But what we're going to do is I'm going to hop over to the test world where I have a design set up, and we're going to explore it a little bit over there, and then I'm going to go ahead and build it, and then we'll probably do some decorative work on the world here, kind of finishing it up. And then maybe if we have some time we might work on another project, but we'll see. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to jump over to the test world, and we're going to take a look at it. So I'll be back in a sec. So here we are on the test world, and this is my sort of auto brewing area. You'll probably see some other familiar sites around here. This is general lab based stuff. Early example of the storage room over there. This here was, I believe, the wheat farm, and over there was a item filter. So we're kind of in this sort of zone. That's for something else over there. So we kind of have two main parts to the auto brewer here. We have the selector, which is this, and we have the awkward potion machine, I guess, which is this here. So I guess we'll start off at the beginning of the brewing process, and that is the awkward potion machine. So if we go back here, we've got some brewing stands. You can see them in there, and we have, this is our ingredients slot here. So we're going to need a lot of nether wart to fill this, but it should be pretty easy to obtain, and I've been saving it for a while anyway. So the idea is all of these will get filled with nether wart. I'll probably put a stack in each hopper, although it'll eventually just filter down to the brewing stand, so I may just put a stack of nether wart in each brewing stand. But the idea is that I would fill these up until we have nether wart in this chest. And this here is the glass bottle filling station. So I would get all my glass bottles, fill them up, and they would automatically get thrown in there when my inventory gets full, and they filter down into the slots here, and they fill up. And as you can see down here, these hoppers are powered, and that is to stop the water bottles from leaving the brewing stand until they have become awkward potions. And there's another row of hoppers there at the front which just takes them through to this chest. So pretty simple stuff so far. What happens here is that I push this button, and first off it activates this, and it locks these hoppers here, and that prevents more, I believe, water bottles. Yeah, that prevents more water bottles entering until these ones that are done have left. And this here turns off these for just enough time to let the 3 potions leave and go into the chest. So what do we got at the moment? We do have awkward potions, so let's see what happens here. As you can see, brand new water bottles and everything gets put in here. These are all awkward potions. And what we would do is we would actually have, I guess we could make that a double chest. and we'll do another test here. So we'll let all of these brew up, and they all become awkward potions. I'll give them all a little bit of time just to make sure that they all have finished doing their brewing thing. Should be long enough, I would have thought now. What are they? Awkwards. That's a hopper. Awkward. So yeah, I can push the button again. They get cleared out and a brand new set comes in. So this is the way we get lots and lots of awkward potions. Then we would have a hopper system in place, and there would be a lock here if I just wanted to make awkward potions for whatever reason. But by default, they would then run down into the second floor, which would be connected to this over here. So what this is a hopper chain which leads into a brewing stand, and this is our picker. This is where we pick what we want to be made out of awkward potions. At the moment there's just awkward potions in here, and these are all droppers which shoot items into these hoppers here that then go down into the brewing stand. And we manually take these out because this is the finished product. Again, I don't use potions too often, so I didn't really feel a full-blown automatic solution was really what I was after. I could make multiple ones of these if I really needed to, and have sort of multiple options, and the idea is that I would be able to walk around this here and pick what I want. I might have some item frames up above it, that kind of thing. I have a selection of ingredients here that are available to me, and this is indefinitely expandable as well. It's tileable, as you can see. I could just add more. So at this point, I guess, what should we do? We should probably, let's just give it an ingredient. We have awkward potions, so let's just give it, I don't know, a gas tier, for example. So I would go around here, hit the gas tier button, and it would start and brew regen potions. And we would also have redstone, gunpowder, glowstone, and stuff like that in here too, so that I could really just pick and choose what it is I want to do with the brewing. So I think this is going to be good enough for right now. I don't, as I say, brew that many potions. If I really felt it necessary, I might build more than just this one. But we'll see. The only thing that would make that difficult would be that I would then need to figure out a way of separating out water bottles, well, awkward potions, so that it could go into multiple ones of these. And that could then get a lot more challenging than I perhaps really need. The idea is I'll brew a bunch of awkward potions and I'll probably never use them because I don't brew potions often enough. The fact that I have a system in place, I may add onto this actually, and I may have a system that is very, very similar to this over here that enables me to push a button and they'll go into a chest maybe, and a new set will arrive and I can pick a different ingredient. I may do that, but I don't feel the need to have a hugely massive automated system in place for this. So that's the design at the moment. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to go ahead and start work on this in the Let's Play world, and I'll probably get back to you guys in a little bit when I've made some progress. I'm also probably going to spend some time figuring out how to do what I did over here, and try and figure out like a chest solution for storing potions as well. But we will be manually organizing them into a storage area rather than an automatic storage system for that, because I think even though the lab base is designed to have a lot of automation in it, I think that's going a little bit overboard. So that's my thoughts and that's my design. I'll be back with you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, so I've been quite busy and I implemented the design that I showed off in the creative world just a minute ago there, and it's all done now. As you can see, all the redstone has been transferred. Still needs a little bit of cleaning up, and we have the other part of the design down here. It's all linked and ready to go. The only thing we do need to implement is a system here so that stuff stays in the chest by default, or stays in the brewing stand, and then we push the button and it can go into the chest. That's all we have to do redstone wise, and obviously the piston door, but that's not a big deal. So I have some blocks here that we can use to start and make things look good around here, because it's kind of pretty bad as it stands, so I would like to try and improve that if at all possible. Let's see here. I kind of want to use the light blue for the floor, I think. and maybe the blue for the walls. We're probably going to use some quartz to highlight some things. So let's get rid of all of this and replace it. Here we go. So we've got a decent amount of this in place now. So why don't we add in some blue around this button here, and we'll fill that in for the time being. That button will also probably get replaced with a redstone lamp sooner rather than later here. Getting a few things that are falling in the hoppers, but that's okay. Could be worse. I don't know what's there. Oh, I guess that's a cover maybe for the chest. Kind of forgot what that is. Oops. There we go. I'll replace this now too. And I also think that I need to... How do I want to do this? I guess I'll use dirt. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to do something a little bit like that. Seal all that up. Then I'll need some of you. Put that there. And that looks kind of neat and organized then. I may even put a stair over that eventually. A quartz stair to kind of hide some of that ugliness that's around, I guess. I don't know any better words for it. So we'll replace this. Excuse me. And just fill this in. Like so. That's looking pretty good. We'll probably have a lamp there eventually. So this is where the door's going to go. We'll have pressure plates and then pressure plates again, so we can fill this in as well. Gonna need some more blue stained clay in a sec here. Yep, there we go. So I'll have to make some more. And I guess we'll make another stack of it. We're going to be needing a decent amount here, so having that in place is probably not going to hurt too much. And this. And over here needs replacing under this chest. I used the cobble stairs there as a guide for what I wanted as we went along. So now if I replace this here, whoops, with blue, then we can kind of begin to see what the room looks like apart from the ceiling. Which I'm not entirely sure what I want to do, but I'm probably also going to make that blue. Probably. Yeah. It's looking good. What I'm thinking I want to do for the roof is let's make some quartz blocks, and then I want to make a few of these. And let's remove this and see if we can do some measuring here. We'll just go up to here for now. Actually, you know what might work out conveniently? Yeah, that. Let me make a few more of these. We'll just make that many for now. I think that's actually enough. Sure is, look at that. So, what we can do now is actually first replace this, then replace that, and then go up here into the roof. Replace this with blue. Do I like that sort of beam effect? I think I do. I might change the colour of that, though, to something else. I'm not totally satisfied. What would it look like if I made it light blue? That looks better. It gives it more colour. I like that. I do like that a lot. So then we're going to roll with that, actually. And over here, we'll do much the same thing. The walls are all going to be this colour, this blue stained clay, and then we'll make the light blue the roof. Now, obviously lighting and things like that aren't completely solved yet, but the fact that we have this much done is pretty pleasing to me thus far. I'll fill this in as well. Break that. Put that in. I'm going to need to make some more light blue. There we go. Make another stack. Pretty cool. I'm going to need some more on the layer below too, so that's why I made more than what might look like what we need. That didn't make any sense, did it? I made more than what it might first look like that we need for up here, because I want to use it down there. I think that made more sense. I'm not entirely sure. It's getting late here, so forgive me. So at this point we have this done now, so I think the next thing to do is going to be to work on what we want down here. Now, I already know I want to use quartz stairs around here. The walls are going to remain blue downstairs, and probably the ceiling here too, maybe up till here possibly, and then we could have a raised middle section, and then we go down into this room, which is a completely different matter entirely, and I'm not sure exactly what it is I want to do with this because this is open. I do know I want to have some chests in here which will store all our different potion types. So with this, I do want to make the floor much the same. Yeah, there's a hole right here, I remember that. I want some dirt so I can fill that in. I want to do something like this again. Probably going to make this... I'm either going to make it out of quartz, or I want to make it out of a different colour clay. The more I think about it, the more I want to make it out of quartz, honestly, because we're going to have blue clay in the walls and light blue on the floor. So I could either... I might make different coloured buttons, however. Different coloured clay buttons for the different potion ingredients we have. That might be quite cool. But for the rest of it, I'm thinking I might make it out of quartz, honestly. Or maybe stone bricks. I might leave it as stone bricks. We'll see. And that might also look pretty nice. Quartz is kind of expensive. And while there's not that much here, filling in all of this could become quite expensive. So, stone bricks may be the better way to go with that. But we'll have to see a little bit here first. Let me fill this in. The floor looks good, and it kind of meets up well with that. And I might use some quartz in and around here for definition. Like, for example, let's run up to the crafting table. Let's make some quartz stairs. I wanted to make some of these anyway, so it's not like we're wasting the quartz at all. Maybe not straight like that, but maybe something like this, and then we could... Is there a... No, that's a gap, okay. We could put a piece of dirt here then, and then something like this, or I could use the pillar quartz blocks in there, maybe. See what that would look like. Actually, let's see what regular quartz would look like before we go ahead and make that into pillar. I think I might like that more. This is going to be our labeling right here, just so that we're clear on that. So in that case, then, if the labeling's going to be there, then this is not going to be all that useful, is it? Now, we could do that. I'm not entirely keen on that. Maybe that, possibly. Not really feeling that much either. Oops, it's dirt. Don't want to use dirt. That would make decorating harder. Oh, that's got a lighting bug. No, 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 I don't want to use that. We may end up having to use that as much as I don't want to. Yeah, that's got the lighting bug again, so we can't do that. Honestly, I think the best thing I saw was that. I don't know how I feel about that. Let me make some more. Let's try a few other things. Let's try some slabs and some chiseled and pillar quartz blocks. Slabs and pillars, and I'll make a chiseled. So let's see what we can do with these. This might make things look a little bit better. So let's move you first and foremost. What about... No. Definitely not. And that still has the horrible lighting bug to it. That I'm not keen on. What about if I... Whoops. Can I not place that there? Oh, I have to place it there. Nope, definitely not. That doesn't look very good. Doesn't look bad, I guess. What about if I was to do this? Aha. Maybe then cap this up here. Okay, I think we're getting places now. I'll probably have redstone lamps along here, so it's all going to be well lit if it doesn't interfere with anything. So, now let's try that again. Oh, can I make those? I think I can in the... Yeah, I can do in the 2x2. Let's try it again here. Gonna need some dirt. See what they look like in a row. Get stone brick down, that's my last one. Oh, thundering. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. With the coloured buttons and everything, I think that's gonna be pretty nice, all told. I may even get funky with this. Let's do some discovery here. That look like? I'm not keen on that lighting bug, it has to be said. Let's try doing two next to each other. Could make that then flow up to the ceiling, or I could make it arch. Bit like that onto the wall. That might kind of look a bit bulky though. I don't really want it to look that bulky if I can help it. I don't want the roof to be too much higher than that, so we'll probably... Oops, I didn't really mean to do that much damage. Though I can replace that fairly easily. I don't have... Oh, I do have a few more stone bricks. That... No. I think we hit the design right here that we're going to use. The only thing that makes me a little bit worried is that too much? Is it too frequent? I might want to vary that up with some other blocks along the way, so that it doesn't look the same all the time. One thing I could do is that as well. Kind of vary the pattern up a little bit. Sort of like do that, and then the chiseled, and then another pillar again. Yeah. I don't like it being the same thing over and over. One thing we also didn't try... Oh, slabs. Yeah, we can't use slabs, even if we wanted to use them. Because of that, I'd have to have a block behind it, which I don't want, so... Stairs, it definitely is there. So I think we've kind of stumbled upon what I want to do here as far as the design goes, because we have the main part of this done. The only thing I'll need to do is set up some chests. This I have an idea with. I don't know what I'm doing with this now. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is actually finish off cleaning up the walls and everything else off camera, and then we'll come back and probably wrap the episode up and show this thing working too. So I'm going to get to work. Okay guys, so I have been working once again on the brewing system, and we have pretty much finished it now. I finished off the decoration, as you can see. There's still a few things that aren't quite done yet. For example, I want a door here to kind of hide that mess through there. And we've also finished down here. As you can see, I worked on a nice staircase. Then we have this. This is where we choose our ingredients. I did not bring any gunpowder. That's the only thing I didn't bring that I still need to put in place here. But everything's looking good so far. We can add all of the common potion ingredients here. We have some storage on the wall for potions. I'm going to take these out of here, as we're going to use them in a sec. So that pretty much concludes the brewing system. What's going on here? You may see that I'm using a stone pickaxe. That is because my worker pick needs replacing. Oh, hello, I'm a Steve Skin. I guess the skin servers must be down or something. So, the next thing to really look at doing here is going to be to test it. Now, I'm wondering, with this, is this currently on? It is. Okay, I don't have a sign here yet. We want it to be on. So, what we're going to do is, I filled all of these with nether warp, so what we should be able to do is actually just go ahead and fill up our inventory with blocks here. I'm actually going to stack these for a sec, and you'll see why momentarily here. So let's go ahead and stack those like that. Then I'm going to fill up my inventory with cobblestone. And what I could do here is I can fill this up with water bottles. We're going to put a decent amount in there for right now. We'll probably put, I don't know, that many in. We'll see if they all get picked up. Looks like they're being picked up just fine. We'll throw some more in. And what should be happening here is these should be filling up and brewing, and they are. So we now have awkward potions in there. Whoops. You have to hold shift while doing this, and then I can throw that one in there. Stack these back up again. So this will slowly but surely fill up the system here with water bottles. There is some cobblestone and other weird blocks in there that I'll have to try and fish out. When I was working on here, it wouldn't surprise me if one or two things ended up falling in the hoppers along the way there. Like there's some there, some cobblestone there, some there. That's empty, so that's good. What about up here? Is this looking good? Yeah, this is where I think we're pretty much filled up at this point. That there is where we would put in nether wart, that chest, but we don't need any right now, so I don't need to put any in. Fill that back in, cleared out some cobblestone. So now, if I look in this brewing stand here, you'll see that I have all these awkward potions. So what I can do now is hit this button. Oop. And that will let all of these awkward potions flow into this chest. 3. So 1 brewing stand, 2 brewing stand, 3 brewing stand, 4, 5. Okay, so all the potions have been transferred, so that's working nicely. These will brew up the next set of awkward potions again. I have them locked in here for viewing for right now, but I can flick this lever and they will empty out, as you can see. And they empty out, we'll let them all go. Lock it again. Down here. And you can't see it at the moment, let me remove that. As you can see, these awkward potions filter into there. And I don't think I'm selecting the right hopper here, but there should be more awkward potions. Yeah, right there. We'll get rid of that quartz slab that is in there. And now what I can go ahead and do is I can go ahead and pick an ingredient. So why don't we make some... Oh, what shall we make here? Let's make some health potions. So I hit that button, and it dispenses a glycerin melon, as you can see there, and it'll start and brew it. Pretty cool stuff, I have to say. So what we'll be able to do then is I'll be able to use my glowstone. I could hit that now if I wanted to. It'll cue the ingredient. Let's go ahead and hit the glowstone. So that'll cue the ingredient. Just wait for it to come here. Although there might not be any glowstone in there right now. I haven't checked that. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any glowstone in there right now. So we can double check, but I don't think there is. Let me break this here. No glowstone. So we can't test that, but that's the way it works. I might have some glowstone lying around here. Let me see. Do I have any in a chest? Not that chest. Oh, you know what? I moved the chest from here, didn't I? Yeah, I moved it because I didn't need any of the equipment in there anymore. Now, what this button does here is enable me to store potions in this chest ready for the next batch. So, for example, let's just try it out. That's weird. It was not meant to do that. This is where we test things, I guess. There's a bunch of these in here, which I don't know how they got in here. There's less awkward potions in there. How odd. I have to do a little bit of work with that then, it seems. But what I can do here is I can return all of these potions back upstairs into the queue. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that yet. We're going to have to do some debugging. It seems like, is that shouldn't be interfering with that at all. That's where the ingredients come in, so that shouldn't be affected. This is where all the potions should be queued. Let's fill this back up here. That's where all the potions should be queued. And I'm wondering here, what this button is designed to do is it depowers this hopper, letting the potions flow into here, but then it powers, I don't think it's powering anything, and I think that might be the problem. That back there was meant to power this, what would have been this hopper, and it's moved subsequently while I was working on here, and I forgot to update that, it seems. So what we need to do is we need to try and get in here if we can. I don't really want to have to break that again, but it looks like we're going to have to. See, this isn't actually doing anything here, so let's break this. Let's pick that up. So the hopper we want to power is this guy right here. So as you can see, that's powered at the moment. We also want this one to be depowered by default, but when that button is pushed, becomes powered for a second. That's why we're having some trouble. So it's basically taking the first item out of the brewing stand. So what we have to do now is try and figure out a way of, yeah, we can't do that because that'll just let all the potions flow in there, so we can't power that. We might be able to, although that wouldn't do anything. I was thinking we might be able to power that one, but then there's going to be all these in here, so that's not going to do much for us. How do I want to do this? This is probably going to have to change. I don't know the way how repeaters really work in this particular instance, and whether they can transfer power down like that, and it would connect either way, so we're going to have issues with that. It's all very compacted in here, unfortunately, because of what little room I have. But this circuitry here was designed for that torch, so we can remove that now and fill this back in. So all we have at the moment is this, and we're missing a kind of a vital component, and that is to have this guy powered here. I'm not really sure on the best way to do this, considering what room we have left. I can't really do it from the front here because there's no room. I could try and power it from underneath, although we have the repeater there. That would mean I would need to move... I'd need to move the button to the other side, which is doable. Keep doing that, and I shouldn't. So let's try that out really quick. I know I said I was going to show last episode the status of the pig farm, but it doesn't look like we're going to have time. We'll have to do that next episode. But in short, it's not actually even changed since the last episode, so there's little point showing that off at the moment. So the button is now there, so if I get my repeater back out, this is going to have to move for a sec. I put that down, put the block down. This is all the redstone dust I have left too, which is probably not helping too many things. And then if I go down like that, that does the same thing as it did before. So now what we want to do is have that, oops, depowered by default. So in order to do that, we're going to need to have some redstone there maybe, and then no, that won't work. We're going to have to break this, I think, and well, I couldn't really run a circuit through there, could I? Because I know how I want to do it, I just don't have room in here with this going on. So yeah, that couldn't go there, so it can't really get powered from there easily, can it now? So we're going to need that, and then, yeah, it won't point, so we can't do it there. We need it to point into that block, and that would interfere with the floor. This is really difficult to try and get it all compacted in here. Could I I could put it on the wall, not that that's really going to do too much. Well, I guess, you know what? Let's move you. Put you there, put you there. Right, now I think we're moving in the right direction here. We've got some redstone now, and what I could do is I can bring this back around like so. And with that repeater, I'm not sure that it's needed. I could be wrong though, we're going to have to see. Now the thing is, we have all of these in here. So, I'm going to move all of these out of here for the time being. I'm going to put all the awkward potions in this box. That's them all. And then I'm going to put the instant healths back in here. And I'm going to put some awkward potions up here. Now, if I push this button, fingers crossed, what we want to happen, happens. It didn't. One potion was taken into the hopper. Then the other two filled up. So we still have a problem here, and I'm going to have to investigate that off camera because I'm not entirely sure what's wrong. I've been working on this for several hours now, so I'm not sure that I'm going to do it right at this moment. I might come back to it later. I'm getting a little bit fed up with it now. I won't lie here, folks. It's been pretty much all day and several hours yesterday just getting this part working. So, I'm going to have to see on that. I may be able to fix it by having a repeater here with a longer delay that keeps that turned off for a little bit. But even then, I'm not totally convinced that that's going to be necessarily the right thing either. I guess we'll try it. Never hurts, does it? But I don't think that's going to impact too much. The main thing is the awkward potion part works. I can brew potions with this. It's just a small setup. It didn't do anything again. It just did that. So I'm not really sure what's wrong here, honestly. Might be obvious to some, but it's certainly not to me. It's just meant to turn that off, let the potions flow out, and turn this on. Oh, is that? Yeah, it's going to power that. That's why. Well, at least we know why now. So I'm going to have to do some more investigating and try and compact all of this in. And what I'll probably do is spend some time at the start of next episode kind of recapping, sort of recapping what we've done the past few episodes and showing where things are at, like this, and the pig farm, and so on and so forth. But hopefully soon we can have a fully working brewing system. It's almost there. Just a few little bits and pieces with this need fixing up. A little bit more room may be needed, and then we should be in good shape. So I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, guys, and I hope to see you next time. And until then, see you later, and have a good day.